Welcome to the Project of the Month number 34. I'm Marty Sandell, a Floriani National Educator. Floriani is a division of R&K Distributing. Our project this month is a whimsical holiday tree. I have chosen to stitch it on a kitchen towel, but you may enjoy putting it on the front of a sweatshirt or using it as a pillow top. You'll begin by gathering your supplies, and they include apple stitch fabrics in red velvet, green velvet, and gold metallic, Water Soluble Topper, Floriani's Perfect Stick in your hoop. You'll be using template Tearaway, Floriani chrome embroidery needles. I chose to use a size 70 embroidery needle for my project. Be sure to look at the needle board in your dealer's store for the wide range of chrome needles that are available. The advantage to the chrome needle is that they do last about 2.5 times longer than the needles that you're currently using. We'll also be using a variety of Floriani threads, including polyester and optional metallics. For the tea towel, I chose to use one with a red and white check. You'll learn to use the artwork tool to create shapes. And these shapes you will edit with the Edit Shape tool so that you can customize the shape that you create. You will find later that this is very handy with any of the built-in designs in your software. These shapes will be converted to apple stitch. And then you'll also learn the difference between the duplicate function as well as the cut and paste function. We'll be printing onto template Tearaway sheets for perfect placement on our towel. You will discover the advantage to optimizing the sequence as well as optimizing the entry and exit points of your design. We'll be moving the design elements to the front and to the back so that they will stitch in proper order. We'll begin by opening our software. For the software portion of this lesson, I will be demonstrating with the Floriani Total Control Professional. But if you own the Floriani Embroidery Suite, you will be able to complete this project as well. When we select our artwork tool, we'll be creating a square, a large and a small triangle, as well as a rectangle. And then we will be converting these to fill stitches as well as apple stitch. You'll have an opportunity to play with the shape tool. This will enable you to take your triangle and turn it into a whimsical shape for your tree. As we complete the tree, we'll be converting to a motif wave fill. We'll use copy and paste on the ornaments, and we'll use the duplicate tool for the 5 pointed stars. You'll convert to apple stitch, and then you'll add a variety of ornamental detail. Your tree will be decorated by creating a motif run, repositioning the stitch order, and adding additional ornaments. And of course, the tree is not complete without a star on the top. When your tree is complete, it's time to save your design. We'll be using File Save As .c2s. This is the Floriani native format. I consider it a roadmap, and you'll want to save it in C2S first. So if you choose to edit your design later, you may use the C2S. You'll be saving the design a second time, and you'll use File Save As and select your machine format from the drop-down menu. There are 3 steps that you'll be using when saving your file. The first step is to decide where you want to save it. You may wish to save it to a USB stick, but for the purpose of our demonstration, we will create a POM 34 folder in which to save both the C2S file and the file that you choose for your machine format. The file name will be Whimsical Tree. And the final step is a left mouse click, Save. Now it's time to embroider. Be sure that you have your printed template ready and that you have chosen an 8-inch hoop. Perfect stick will be placed in the hoop with the paper side up. Score the paper with a pin from corner to corner. Remove the release paper from your template and position the base of the design 3/4 of an inch above the check border of the towel. This will be done by folding the towel in half so that the vertical line, as you can see in the picture on the left, so that the vertical line aligns with that fold. Pull the remaining portion of the paper away and adhere it to the surface. At this point, fold your towel in half with the wrong side out. Align that fold with the vertical mark. Press it lightly in place with your fingertips, and then push the remaining portion of the towel back so that you press the entire surface smoothly in place in the hoop. As you can see, the template tearaway is centered both vertically and horizontally according to those embossed markings. The hoop will be attached to your machine. Use your jog keys so that the center needle drop aligns with the crosshairs, as shown in the slide. Be sure to remove the template tearaway and reposition it on the backing paper. Template tearaway is not designed to be stitched through. So once again, I remind you to always remove your template tearaway. There are 3 applique-stitch areas in the design: a star, a tree, and a buck. By using applique-stitch, you will not have any trimming. It's truly an amazing product. It's also quick and easy to cover large areas with a minimal amount of stitching. As in any machine applique, a placement line always stitches first. Once that placement line has stitched, then you will position your applique-stitch fabric over the top of the stitch. As you can see, I've used it in the upper corner of my piece of applique-stitch. I keep all my tiny pieces for times when I may have small areas and I don't want to use a fresh piece of applique-stitch. So be frugal with your applique-stitch. There are 2 rows of stitching that will follow. The first is a tack down, which you're accustomed to using with regular machine embroidery. But you will notice just inside that tack down line is a row of trapping stitches. These trapping stitches will adhere the applique-stitch permanently to the background fabric. After the final satin stitching is completed, you simply tear away the excess applique-stitch fabric. And notice what a clean and perfect applique you have every time. With the green, you actually will be tearing that away beneath the topper that was placed. The printed instruction sheet, as well as the software demonstration, will further explain this. Tear away any excess water-soluble topper. Then use a dampened sponge brush and scrub it lightly over the surface of the tree, as well as the center of the stars, to remove the excess topping. As it dissolves, the sponge brush will absorb the residue from the topper. Simply rinse your sponge brush out and go over the surface until all of the topper is removed. Once you have removed the topper, turn your towel over and use the sponge brush to trace the edge of the embroidery. as well as the center of the stars. This will enable you to easily pull away the excess perfect stick. Remember, perfect stick is 50% water soluble. So by doing this, you help to release it against the edges of your stitching. A slight amount will remain, but after repeated use and washings, you will find that most of this just becomes either a light mesh or completely disappears. Then lay your towel flat to dry. I hope that you enjoy your holiday towel and that you will be joining me for the software portion of this lesson. Be sure to join us again next month for another wonderful project. In the meantime, have a happy holiday season and Merry Christmas to all of you.